This episode of Off The Script is brought to you by WrestleCrate. WrestleCrate is a monthly pro wrestling-based subscription service, and each month, subscribers will receive a new pro wrestling-themed mystery crate. To go and subscribe, please go and visit their website at www.wrestlecrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here, and this is your number one fucking source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. This is Off The Script, episode number 64, part number 3 to close out your weekend. Mother's Day! Happy fucking Mother's Day to each and every one of your mothers out there, man. It's going to be a great day. I'll be at work by the time this fucking goes up, dealing with the fucking losers and the fucking pieces of shit out there who just annoy the fuck out of me each and every day while I'm at work. But you guys got off the script this weekend. That's all that matters, man. And of course, it was fucking unbelievable. Chock full of news, fucking rumors. You guys want your number one fucking source for WWE. This is it right here, man. Off the script. What do I got lined up today? Well, I get home from work literally about 20 minutes ago, and I see something in my sources. Roman Reigns talking shit about CM Punk. Yes, that's going to be the top story because, you know, every time you see CM Punk in the headlines, it's bloop, a fucking headline grabber. People got to see what CM Punk is saying. Now that Roman Reigns is talking shit about CM Punk, listen, you guys are going to be interested in what he's got to say regardless, man. I got news on that. What is he talking about? We'll find out today on Off The Script. I also got news on Seth Rollins and the curb stomp being reinstated in the WWE. I also got news on the Undertaker's contract status with the WWE. What else do I got, man? I didn't even read my notes today. Oh, Luke Harper and Erick Rowan possibly being reunited as a tag team in WWE. Wow, I wonder who thought of that great idea. I wonder who came up with this fantastic idea, man. Why the fuck were they even broken up? I got news on it. We're going to talk about it. And I got news on it. Michelle Beadle and her WWE partnership, I guess, or her love for WWE is gone right down the toilet because of Triple H and his support for Floyd Money Mayweather in his fight against Manny Pacquiao. So we're going to talk about all that. If you guys missed Off The Script, Friday and Saturday, links are down below. Go and check that out. And if you're not following me on Twitter and you're not subscribed to this fucking channel, I don't know what the fuck you guys are waiting for, man. Seriously, I really don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. Add JD from NY206 on Twitter and hit that fucking subscribe button right at the top of the fucking screen or below the video, wherever the fuck it is now. You know, just hit that subscribe button and you'll be right here, man, where you need to be for WWE news and rumors. All right, now, let's talk about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was apparently at Wizard World. Did he meet Harry Potter? Did he perform some fucking magic? Did he fucking prey upon a star and, you know, did he magically transform into Bret Hart overnight? I don't know, man. That's what should have happened at Wizard World, if you ask me, when it comes to Roman Reigns. But Roman Reigns was a part of Wizard World Comic-Con in Philadelphia on May 7th. Reigns took questions from fans in attendance for about 20 minutes on that date. One of the attendees brought up former WWE star CM Punk, and why wouldn't they? CM Punk's name is always in the mouth of WWE fans, especially when they're at these events. This fan claimed, or CM Punk rather, claimed on his controversial Art of Wrestling podcast with Colt Cabana that he orchestrated and created the Shield. Reigns refuted these claims, stating, and I quote, "There's a lot of things. You'll hear all kinds of stuff. CM Punk made the Shield. Yeah, okay." And then he starts laughing. "The only thing he made was that Pepsi tattoo on his shoulder. I think a lot of people had their hands in on the Shield. We have a huge creative team that's part of the process, but ultimately myself, Dean, and Seth made the Shield. You can put anybody together, but to come together the way we did, to bond the way we did, to make decisions and stick together like we did, There's a lot of things that we had to do to make it ours, and we did it without any fear, without any consequence. We were just going to do it and ask for forgiveness later. I would say it was three guys, three hungry guys who wanted to be the best and are still striving for that. We all made the Shield. Now, who do you believe? I don't know. CM Punk, you got to believe most of what he talked about. A lot of stuff could have been out of anger, but the majority of what CM Punk stated when he came out on Thanksgiving last year, I see the WWE making those types of mistakes when it came to CM Punk. I didn't think CM Punk was lying at all in what he stated on The Art of Wrestling. Now, I do think that Roman Reigns does have some truth to what he said here. I do think that, Dean and Seth and Roman and Creative came up with the Shield, and made it as big as it was. I don't think CM Punk, maybe he dropped a little fucking hints here and there about getting guys together and having this type of alliance, in kind of vain to what the Shield was. I know he said that he wanted Chris Hero in the Shield, but WWE wanted Roman Reigns there instead, even though he was green as fuck and he didn't know what he was doing. He was pretty much still amateur before that decision was made. But you got to take Roman Reigns and what he said with some credibility, man. Love him or hate him, I do think the Shield mostly was from WWE creative, and by creative I mean Triple H, Vince McMahon, and everybody else involved that's higher up in WWE. With these three guys, they sat them down, they came up with the fucking process of the Shield and where they wanted to go with it, what they wanted to do, and as it got the ball rolling, obviously they made it theirs, it became their own, and you got to take what Roman Reigns says with some credibility, man. Do I believe CM Punk? Yes, I believe CM Punk on a lot of what he said. Do I believe Roman Reigns in what he said about the Shield? Yes, but that's what he said at Wizard World Comic Con in Philadelphia, man. If I would have known that, I would have probably made an appearance there, man. That sounds pretty cool. Philadelphia, not that far from where I am. Regardless, man, I could take the trip down to AC, gamble a little bit, have a few drinks with my friend, and then go out to Philadelphia, man. Only 45 minutes from Atlantic City. That's that on Roman Reigns. Speaking of the Shield, according to new reports, ex-Shield member Seth Rollins and WWE World Heavyweight Champion, his curb stomp may be returning in the near future as his finish. You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first on Off the Script. As previously reported, right here on Off the Script, WWE has been removing the move from their broadcasts and having him use another finish while dealing with lawsuits surrounding head injuries and recklessness. Rollins was asked to stop using the move shortly before WWE Extreme Rules, and the images of the curb stomp were removed from his official Titantron entrance video. WWE even went as far as editing the finish to WrestleMania 31 in the new WWE Network WWE 24 episode, focusing on Roman Reigns' journey to WrestleMania. As previously reported, WWE superstars have sued, or former WWE superstars have sued the company, claiming that injuries they suffered were neglected and that they suffered physical brutality during their time spent in WWE. Like you didn't know what you were getting into when you signed the dotted line, you fucking assholes. Really? Then they want to sue the company, right? They knew what they were getting themselves into. They knew the lifestyle they were getting themselves into. On what grounds do you have to sue WWE for physical brutality, man? You knew the kind of injuries and the fucking stress you were going to put on your body before you even stepped in the ring. Don't give me that shit, man. So they're suing for physical brutality during their time spent in WWE. This would be one of the major reasons behind the company removing Rollins' curb stomp from television, because as the champion, a lot of eyes will be looking at him as a representative of the company, and they feel like the move looks very violent and aggressive. I also reported that Vince McMahon was not a big fan of the move to begin with, okay? On the surface, the finishing maneuver appears brutal as Rollins takes his foot and slams his opponent's head into the ground, or in extreme cases, cinder blocks, steel steps, and more. However, more people have been injured by super kicks, like you guys previously mentioned in the comments. Don't think I didn't read them. I seen all your guys, saying, JD, why are they taking away the curb stomp? You could get injured just as badly with a bro kick or a super kick or a DDT, etc., etc. Yes, I understand that, okay? More people have been injured by super kicks than the curb stomp throughout WWE history, and that's exactly what this report states. According to Dave Meltzer, the curb stomp has not been banned by WWE, but it has simply been put on hold. Once the lawsuits concerning injuries and concussions are out of the way, the move will likely again return to being Rollins' signature finishing move. There, you guys got it. The curb stomp will be back in WWE. Just be patient. You got to understand what WWE's going through right now, being that Rollins is the WWE champion. He is the representative. All eyes will be on him, being that he is holding the most topped prize in the company. So WWE didn't want that attention on him and on the product, being that their champion might be receiving all this negative publicity. But the finishing move will be returning to Seth Rollins' repertoire in the very near future, and thank God that DDT finish was not doing anything for this viewer. So the Seth Rollins finishing move, the curb stomp, will be back in his moveset very, very soon. So look forward to that, okay? Undertaker, just having turned 50 years old in March, it's clear that the Undertaker's WWE career is slowly coming to an end. According to the latest episode of the Wrestling Observer radio show, Undertaker's contract with the company is set to expire very soon. Don't you frown, people, at all, okay? As it is believed that he will undoubtedly continue working with WWE in some capacity. No shit. The plan is for the two parties to come to a term on a new deal that will go beyond the standard Legends contract. He hasn't been seen since defeating Bray Wyatt one-on-one at WrestleMania 31 in Levi's Stadium. PWInsider.com reported that after the pay-per-view, The Undertaker was telling those backstage how great he felt following the match with Wyatt, which was a nice change from how things ended against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30. WWE has teased fans with the potential Undertaker vs. Sting encounter at AT&T Stadium for WrestleMania 32, even going as far as foreshadowing the match in a piece for WWE.com. Both Taker and Sting will be a part of the 2015 Wizard World Comic-Con Chicago event in August on behalf of WWE. Undertaker will be battling Sting at WrestleMania 32. If it doesn't happen, fuck me, the channel closes down, alright? I might not go that far, but I definitely would bet a lot of money on this match happening at WrestleMania 32. Undertaker and Sting. Undertaker, this will probably be his retirement match, believe it or not. I think WrestleMania 32 in Dallas will be the final go around for The Undertaker and Sting as well. This is one match that they both wanted. I think it would be great to see this match actually happen at WrestleMania 32, seeing how big this event is going to be, and being that, both men right now, individually, Taker and Undertaker, both live in Texas. You're going to get Steve Austin on the show. You're going to get The Rock on the show. Lesnar's going to be there. Ronda Rousey possibly. Going to be a massive night. It's going to be unbelievable. Undertaker Sting at WrestleMania 32. It's going to happen. Probably going to be Undertaker's retirement match. He may even go into the Hall of Fame. Who knows? But right now, bank on that match happening next year at Mania. Okay, so Undertaker's contract set to expire. He will receive a Legends deal, but something greater than a Legends deal, and he will be continuing to work with the WWE, as we all knew he would. Okay. Now, I got news on, what's this? Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. Within the May 7th edition of SmackDown, the reformation of a previous WWE tag team was teased. It began when Luke Harper made quick work of Fandango in singles action, only to see former Wyatt family member Erick Rowan appear ringside after the match. The two former friends, who turned foes back in late 2014, appeared to have put their differences behind them. Rowan proceeded to inflict further punishment on Fandango as Harper looked on. With the May 11th showing of Monday Night Raw fast approaching, WWE.com has already posted its 5-point preview for the show. The first point, titled, "Are Erick Rowan and Luke Harper Reuniting?" teases a potential Erick Rowan and Luke Harper reformation even further. James Wortman of WWE.com writes, "Erick Rowan and Luke Harper have freaked us out for years at this point, but the moment they shared Thursday night on SmackDown sent a shiver down our spines. Hardly. After Harper dispatched Fandango, Rowan lumbered down the entrance ramp and, despite his prior issues with his former Wyatt family accomplice, proceeded to pummel the dazed dancer. I hate the way they fucking write these things on WWE.com, man. It sounds so fucking... It sounds so scripted. It doesn't sound natural at all. Was this Rowan extending a gnarled olive branch to Harper? Have these one-time members of the Wyatt family join forces once again? Anticipate more from this eerie tandem on Raw. So fucking gay, man. It's so fucking cheesy the way they write these fucking articles on WWE.com, man. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't help but laugh when I read this shit. Really. But seriously, on a serious note, Wyatt may join them again, I don't know. But Harper and Rowan, they need tag teams. If you want to revitalize the tag team division, obviously Rowan and Harper are a solid fucking legit tag team that never had a shot with the gold. Why not? They would add so much more depth together as a tag team in the WWE, in the tag team division, that, you know, I don't understand why they were even broken up. I don't even know why they were even broken up, man. Harper's got a great look. He's had some decent matches with Ziggler. He was in some decent feuds for the IC title. He had a run with the IC belt at one point. But Rowan is just floating in the middle of nowhere, man. His character will never get over in singles competition. You can't have a guy come out wearing a jumpsuit and a fucking sheep mask or a goat mask and expect to get over with the crowd and have anybody care about him, man. People will care when they are reunited back in the tag team division, fighting for tag team gold. That's where they work best, man. I never understood why they broke them up to begin with. All because Vince McMahon wants to break away tag teams and make more single stars because there's more money there. But now, the tag team division is flourishing. We've seen that at Extreme Rules with a New Day. WWE's pushing a New Day. We got the Brass Ring Club with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. We got the Ascension. We got the Lucha Dragons. Tag team wrestling could be magnificent on WWE television. And I hope it does happen, man. Harper and Rowan potentially reuniting again to form a tag team, and that's going to be great, not only for the fans, but for the WWE and the rebirth of the tag team division. I look forward to that, and it's a smart move, and I hope it does happen, man. Great shit by WWE to finally realize that it wasn't working individually. Tag team is where they belong, Harper and Rowan, man. That's good shit. Fans reported from the May 4th edition of the Monday Night Raw that took place in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, that WWE CEO Vince McMahon needed assistance to and from the ring at the end of the night. McMahon made a special appearance in front of the Montreal crowd for Pat Patterson Appreciation Night after the broadcast on the USA Network had ended. Apparently, McMahon needed a spotlight to see what was in front of him as he made the walk to the ring, then required assistance from the ringside crew as he made his way into the squared circle. Following his time in the ring, McMahon began to make his way back to the stage when he stopped and waited for the other crew members to assist him backstage with flashlights. One fan reported questions that McMahon's vision was going after seeing this unfold and writes, "Tonight, Vince made a very special appearance here in Montreal for the Pat Patterson Appreciation Night that they were doing, and I noticed something very odd. Vince needed to follow a spotlight to the ring in order to know where he was going. I didn't know anything of it at first and thought it was just a lighting effect for his entrance. So he follows the spotlight, and then there's a crew member who's directing him to the ring from a distance, making hand motions and pointing to various things so Vince doesn't bump into stuff. Once again, I thought nothing of it and figured maybe he's just making sure Vince doesn't trip over any camera cords. So Vince is done with his speech and he exits the ring. He stands there slowly and paces towards the stage and looks over his shoulder for a crew member. Two of them rush towards him and began to beam pocket flashlights to the floor for Vince to follow. Once again, they cautiously guide him to the gorilla using the floor beams from their flashlights. He then ducks under the right platform of the Raw stage and goes to the back, still with assistance. One thing though, Vince carries himself as if nothing is wrong. His demeanor and stance would make you think otherwise, but it was clear that he was going blind or had limited vision at this point in his life. No one else needed assistance. Ambrose took the same exit and did fine on his own, and so did Sami Zayn. Various other crew members took the exit with no problems, and Vince was the only one with a spotlight during his entrance. He looks very tired in person, and you can tell he's a very, very hardworking guy, both physically and mentally. It was my first time ever seeing him in real life. So that was a fan description of what happened. WWE, I know for a fact, debunked this and claimed that nothing was wrong with Vince McMahon. But that is rather odd to see Vince McMahon needing spotlights and flashlights to be guided to and from the ring. I didn't hear anything else regarding this story. I just seen it all over the place, so I figured I would let you guys know. Vince McMahon is getting up there in age. We all, joke about that he's getting delusional and he doesn't know the audience, he doesn't know the fans, he doesn't know what the fucking product needs, etc., etc., etc. But you got to give it to him that he's the hardest working motherfucker that there is. Doesn't take a day off. I hear he barely sleeps. He's there with every show. He's there every Monday night, every SmackDown, every pay-per-view. This is his, man. He built this fucking company from the ground up, and he's not letting go of it until the day he dies, man. He's built a multi-billion-dollar empire, and if anybody was in his shoes, I'm pretty sure they would do the same thing, man. You're not giving it up. But like I said, I think WWE debunked this and kind of wrote this off as nothing. I don't know what this fan was talking about, but like I said, this was a fan description of what he's seen during Monday Night Raw last week following the show after it went off the air on the USA Network. But if I hear anything regarding this, if I hear any follow-ups to Vince McMahon's health and well-being, I will definitely let you guys know here on Off the Script, all right? And finally, guys, in a new post on Twitter, ESPN's Michelle Beadle explains why she no longer supports WWE as a reporter or as a fan. As previously reported, Beadle recently stated that she was pulling her fan card away from Triple H due to his support of Floyd Money Mayweather. However, in this post, she goes into more detail about why she no longer supports not only Triple H, but the WWE as a whole. She writes, and I quote, "I'm a fan of sports, a fan of television, good and bad, a fan of 80s music, of the Spurs, of cheesy movies, of John Oliver. I've been a fan of great people and some I shouldn't have revered at all. Those who have had their share of transgressions in life. And a couple of days ago, I was a fan of WWE, but my fandom dates back to 18 years, on and off. I love the drama, I love the characters, the over-the-top bravado exhibited by men as they flipped through the air in athletic, well-choreographed dance. It was pure entertainment, from which I got great joy. Through the years, WWE has been great to me, hooking me up with amazing seats and giving me access that most fans would love to have, and for that, I am thankful. I've had superstars on my shows and willingly plugged numerous campaigns and events for the company. I've publicly gone to bat for them, as shockingly, wrestling fans tend to be on the receiving end of some ridicule. I did all of it because I was a fan, but this past weekend has been one that I will remember for a long time to come. We'll get back to the wrestling in a minute, I promise. The Mayweather-Pacquiao fight brought out the best and worst in people. The criminally abusive past of Floyd Mayweather carries severed as a dividing line for the nation. On the one side, you have the apologists, the men and women who are willing to separate the boxer from the horrendous acts for which he has been convicted and cheer him on. On the other side, you have those who would not make that jump and would keep the national discussion of domestic violence issues front and center. And in the middle, you had the large group that just didn't know. I was once in that last group. Last summer, while hosting the ESPYs, I made the mistake of saying to Mayweather, "I like the way you live your life." Many people on Twitter called me out, and they were right. I did the research. I learned of the accusations, the convictions, the abuse committed in front of his own children, and the way the judicial system made a mockery of those women, putting the Las Vegas money tree ahead of doing the right thing. I immediately apologized and vowed I'd never support that man and his lifestyle. How could I? A man who views women as possessions, things to be controlled. I have to believe that my outspoken stance had something to do with my credential being pulled for the fight. Either that or the world's most uncanny coincidence occurred, resulting in pulled credentials for at least 3 other members of the media who also happened to speak out about the incident. So what this all boils down to is that Michelle Beadle does not support the lifestyle and the accusations of Floyd Money Mayweather being a woman abuser, okay? She does not support this. She in no way supports this. She wanted to go to the fight, and her credentials were turned down by Mayweather's camp. She sees Triple H in WWE, who she is a massive fan of for 20 years, and she sees Triple H on Twitter congratulating Mayweather for the fight and the victory, and just reaching out to Mayweather and being fully supportive of him and his camp. And Michelle Beadle just cannot support Triple H and the WWE supporting Mayweather, so she now revokes her fan card from WWE as she no longer will support WWE because she firmly believes in what she believes in, and that is being against the lifestyle that Mayweather lives and all the accusations about him being a woman abuser, okay? You got to give her some respect. You got to give her some respect in this. She is pretty much letting you know how she feels, and she's being completely honest with it. Either you like it or you hate it, okay? But you got to respect it. She is speaking out for what she truly believes in. She's speaking her mind. And a lot of people don't do that, especially if you are on TV, if you're in the media, if you're big on Twitter, if you're a widely known name on ESPN. Okay, she works for ESPN, yet she's very vocal about this other sport athlete, Mayweather, who's done these things. She doesn't support it, and a lot of people usually are tight-lipped about this type of situation. They won't say anything at all. And when they move on from ESPN and they find another endeavor in life, then they'll speak out about it because they're in jeopardy about losing their job. Michelle Beadle doesn't care. She is against what he did and the accusations of Mayweather, and you have to respect that. You got to respect someone for speaking out for what they believe in. And, you know, it's a shame that Triple H and WWE don't recognize this, but when, you know, you're running the WWE, it's all about business. It's all about money, okay? You got to keep a good name. So that's what Triple H was doing. Who knows what Triple H thinks in his time away from Twitter and away from the spotlight and the cameras and the microphones? Who knows what he thinks? He may think the same thing about Michelle Beadle and think that it's wrong. But as far as what Triple H is doing, I think he's just trying to maintain that spotlight and that good demeanor and that positivity for WWE. If WWE outwardly came out and said this, and this about Floyd Money Mayweather, you know, there would be, you know, that's all types of publicity WWE doesn't want. So they're just going to go and support Mayweather. Nobody else is making a big deal about it. So WWE's, you know what? Congratulations, champ. You did a good job. You won the match. Michelle Beadle, on the other hand, you got to respect her decision. She's being outwardly spoken about what she truly believes in. And that gains my respect, man. You don't find many people like that. And it's nice to see that people out there really will speak up for something that they do have a problem in, man. So I do respect Michelle Beadle and her decision about what she believes in when it comes to Mayweather. But that is what I got for Off the Script, guys. A lot of interesting news for this part 3. Let me know what you think about all the news down below about Luke Harper. Erick Harper. Jesus fucking Christ. Erick Rowan and Luke Harper. I know you fucking goons are going to make fun of that in the comment section. Luke Harper and Erick Rowan, will they be a tag team again and reform for the WWE Tag Team division? What do you think of Roman Reigns talking shit about CM Punk? What do you think about the curb stomp being reinstated in the WWE, man? All this plus so much more on Off the Script. Let me know what you think down below. If you're new to the channel and you want to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. The #1 fucking source, and I hopefully prove that to you right here this weekend with Off the Script. The #1 source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. And all along social media, man. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. All in the layout of Off the Script right there. If you guys want more additional wrestling content, Joe Cronin, his Twitter and his YouTube will always be linked down below. My man, LeBar, Eisenberg, and Ghoulish, Chairshot Reality at WrestleZone.com, the #1 talk show on the internet when it comes to professional wrestling. If you guys want the reality of what is going on in the world of professional wrestling, their homepage and their YouTube page linked down below always. And if you guys want wrestling biblical goodness delivered to your front door, man, Wrestle Crates. Go and check them out. The fine people over at Wrestle Crates, man. Unbelievable, man. I think the next crate is going to be something that's going to be must-have, honestly. I'm hearing great things about it. They got a huge surprise coming up. So I want you guys to go check them out. If you guys want great wrestling products, DVDs, shirts from Pro Wrestling Tees and Barbershop Window, Mattel action figures, Fathead, trading cards, tops. It's going to be unbelievable, man. So go sign up. If you don't know what it is, their links will be down below. www.wrestlecrate.com and on Twitter at WrestleCrates, and tell them that Mr. JD from NY sent you over there. This is Off the Script, the #1 fucking source for WWE news and rumors right here on YouTube.com. And like I always say on Sunday, if Monday Night Raw is good, I will review it. I will review it. If not, I just won't. And you guys will see me back here on Off the Script for Friday next week. Until then, guys, thank you very much. Hit that thumbs up. Greatly helps out my channel. And as always, I will see you back here for number 65 on Off the Script. This is JD, and I'll talk to you all very soon.